conflict. And then we spoke about the direct conflict resolution. Direct conflict resolution. And that is where we mentioned in Matthew chapter 18, verse 15. Matthew 18, verse 15. That when somebody offends you, go directly to the person, one on one. Next time, no, I will say correct it, sir. I did and CBM said entity. So that is the direct conflict resolution. Direct. And then we came to the principle of the third person. Principle of the third person is the type of conflict resolution when we call the direct, straightforward. Now say, still or no drink. That's one young to say then you involve a third person. So you can involve maybe the pastor, or maybe Obia offering, or sometimes the parents, sometimes your own parents, sometimes a counselor. That is in terms of marriage. If it has to do with marriage, there can be conflict among marriage couples. Our for entem na mentime ho ase ana kasakase biaba omuntem. They can involve the counselor, or the one who counseled them before the marriage, or they can involve the pastor. It is not advisable to involve friends. Sometimes, if you want to involve friends, the complications are more than the good things that will come out. Because conflict so friends are not advisable. It's not advisable to involve friends, especially when there is a conflict in a marriage. So that is the principle of the third person. So direct no anya, you can involve another person. Obetimi edina no abetumubi na ede asunwiaba. So that is the principle of the third person. Now, the third type of conflict resolution and I want us to talk about is the indirect conflict resolution. The indirect. Now, the indirect conflict resolution is one that involves a lot of wisdom and tactfulness. So the one who applies the indirect type of conflict resolution should be very wise, should be able to apply a lot of tactfulness. You should be tactful. Not just say, also apply a lot of wisdom when you are going to use the indirect. And you'll be able to you see the indirect. You should be somebody with a great level of wisdom. You should apply wisdom when you want to use the indirect conflict resolution strategy. So in 2 Samuel chapter 12, verse 1. 2 Samuel chapter 12. Let's see how the indirect strategy was applied. In 2 Samuel chapter 12, verse 1. 2 Samuel chapter 12, verse 1. 2 Samuel chapter 12, verse 1. 2 Samuel 12, verse 1. And the Lord sent Nathan unto David, and he came unto him and said unto him, there were two men in one city, the one rich and the other poor. So the Lord sent Nathan unto David. Now we know the story of David when he lusted after Uriah's wife. Then they did the Uriah, and the Bible said, Onino Ekodai no na Uriah no nyumiye, Uriah ni no enyumiye. And na ohun say Obano anyemono na ohwe na enimguase emfata Israel ni ba. God nebeka say enimguase emfata okan ni ba. Iti pa say ni kunu behu say one ne yire wanyem ne yire de enye o say me find means na or eliminate no. So Bible say entokwa ebaye no na ode krata ehye Uriah ansa say onfa koma the leader of the army. Now in that letter no na David atro mu say yemfa no hye bebi a yemfa eye Uriah engina bebi a okono anu eden sejebeya he will not be able to survive na wewu. So strategically no David plotted the death of Uriah. Hallelujah. A plotting Uriah ni wo. It's Bible say ampa so the letter ne koye no. Ena okunimu no Uriah ewuye. Ena David esan ware Uriah ne yire eka ne yire no ho. He had several wives already and then he married Uriah's wife in addition. Now, when the whole thing happened, you know, God was not pleased with it. God was not happy. So God sent the prophet Nathan to go and speak to David about it. Now, this situation, you know, say Nathan ain't me apply wisdom to go and resolve the conflict. And I said, go and resolve the issue. It means that on one person, a life was at stake. So God sent Nathan unto David, and he came unto him and said unto him. Now, he did not go straight to the point to tell him, say, David, or he need David, Bonya Wayenye. Where did Nkwasi asem? Wafo be yere asinye kunaka ho. No say okanisa anka David akoma behuru. Anka asem no ko onto aso ntie anko beku no. Ana. Hello. Oh. Sanko can straight chain say. Ohene ede Nkwasi asem no wadi. Inti uyiri no bebrebe anso. Ena wasen akofa Uriah yere so aka ho no wasen akunaka ho. Enne onyankopon atemu aba so. Anko onyankopon atemu onje beba no. He had to apply wisdom, not one wife per. But David had several of them. He had the opportunity to have more. But he was not content. Uriah the yere ne pe and also pe. So and the Lord sent unto David. Okay, let's continue. One rich and the other poor. 2. And the rich man had exceeding many flocks and herds. 3. But the poor man had nothing save one little ewe lamb. Ewe ye udwan ba ebaba. Oba udwan ba aoyo oba. So ewe lamb enye ewe lamb enye. I know a lot of people will read this one. Save one little ewe lamb enye ewe lamb. One little ewe lamb which he had bought and nourished up, and it grew up together with him and with his children. And you know, okoto udwan baba no, oyen onene ma ebomu. So you can imagine how dear that lamb was to him. Now, it's telling us, this one is a description of kind of relationship that existed between Uriah and his wife. They were very close. He really